Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. Going in depth tonight, a former candidate for Pima County Sheriff is threatening to sue the county and Sheriff Chris Nanos. Their attorneys claim actions taken by Sheriff Nanos during the election have caused irreparable harm. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Chorus Nylander, is live from the Pima County Sheriff's Department with this in-depth report. Chorus.
Oh, Sean, this is the notice of claim filed by Lieutenant Heather Lapin. In total, it's over 100 pages long. Lapin claims that her reputation was damaged and her bid for the top job here was hampered by Sheriff Chris Nanos, something her attorneys argue was unlawful.
Haven't done anything wrong, but they are using this to essentially silence me.
That's what Lieutenant Heather Lapin told me back in October, soon after Sheriff Chris Nanos, her opponent during the election, decided to place her on administrative leave. Nanos claimed Lapin had conspired with a local reporter to gain access to inmates for paid interviews and knew about a vocal supporter of hers, Sergeant Aaron Cross, campaigning in what the sheriff argued was a uniform. Cross also was placed on leave. Lapin went on to lose the sheriff's race by a margin of just under 500 votes. Lapin is now threatening to sue the sheriff in Pima County in this notice of claim filed March 20th. In it, her attorneys write, quote, "Due to the defendant's unlawful actions, Lieutenant Lapin has suffered and continues to suffer adverse and retaliatory employment consequences, lasting damage to her reputation, and embarrassment and humiliation." They argue she had no hand in Cross's campaigning and that she did help a reporter make contact with inmates, but wasn't aware of any policy she was violating and sought advice from various peers about how to handle the situation. Any payments to the inmates were reimbursements for phone calls made by the reporter, claiming it was a manufactured scandal by Sheriff Nanos.
Sheriff Nanos used his position to put a gag order on Heather before the end of the election. So for the last, I believe, 10 days to 2 weeks before the election, she wasn't allowed to speak.
Kathleen Wynn is the chairperson for the Pima County GOP. She supports Lapin's decision to threaten a lawsuit.
So I believe that she does have a valid legal claim.
Even if it costs the taxpayers.
The taxpayers shouldn't be mad at Heather Lapin. They should be mad at the man, the sitting sheriff, who has abused his power.
And Lapin is asking for $2 million to settle this claim. A notice of claim is the first steps taken before filing a lawsuit against a government entity. I reached out to Sheriff Chris Nanos today. He did not respond, but it is typically his policy for these types of situations to not comment on pending litigation. We're live tonight outside the Pima County Sheriff's Department. Chorus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.